another episode of War Machines. So last time we completed Semi-Final E, where 8 robots looked to fight it out for a spot in the Grand Final. We had a Grand Finalist being added to the pool, who showed a lot of potential in the last episode, and we'll see 2, potentially 3 others go to the last chance section with a serious fighting chance at getting one of those remaining Grand Final spots. And now today we start Heat F. So we'll have 12 more great robots officially make their debut, and we'll see this episode who makes a great first impression and who we think won't stand a chance at all and won't make it very far in their path towards the title. Should be a fun night. There are quite a few big names, and I think we're going to see a lot more potential than what a lot of people might expect. So I think we should go ahead and find out who all will be fighting for a spot in next week's semifinal. Let's go ahead and introduce the competitors. And here they are. So to lead it off on the left side, we have 2 Furious. This is that robot's 3rd season in War Machines, where they'll be looking to plow apart the competition with that effective drum spinner. Then right down below, we have Adam 94, who's making their debut in War Machines with that vertical spinner. Then down below, we have probably the joke robot of this group. We have Battle Royale with Cheese, making their debut to this series with that juicy horizontal spinner. Then down below we have another well-known battlebot, another 3rd season contender on this list, Captain Shredderator, who will be looking to get their very first win in War Machines through the use of that full-body spinner. Then down below we got Ripper, their first time competing in this class, where they've competed in the Robot Wars class the previous couple of seasons. They'll be looking to bring that flipper and add it to the fun. Then finally, another robot who's definitely no rookie to BattleBots, but it is a rookie to this series. We have Riptide with that destructive egg beater. Then to start off the right side, we have Sigma Raptor, an interesting design with that grabber, and that should add to the fun here. Then down below, we have top 8 contender from last season. We have the Apprentice with that horizontal bar spinner. Then down below, another 3rd season contender to this series, and one of the bigger names on this list, we have Uppercut with that vertical spinner. Then in the last quadrant, we have Wrecker, who's making their debut from King of Bots with that speed and that lifter. Then we got Valkyrie, another 3rd season contender to this series of War Machines with that effective undercutter. Then last but not least, we have Xiak from that drum spinner from King of Bots. Performed well in that series, will it perform well in War Machines as well? So yeah, that's it for this list. 12 great robots making their debut. I think this is going to be a fun night. We're going to see quite a few amazing first impressions. I'm really excited for this night because, like I said already, we've got some major contenders in this group. So winning that grand final spot is certainly not going to be easy. We're going to run through these first couple rounds of the process tonight, and let's go ahead and start talking about our first fight of the night. So for our first match of the episode, we have 2 Furious versus Adam 94, battle of 2 vertical type spinners. On the left side, we got 2 Furious coming back for another season of War Machines after a disappointing first season. Then they made it 1 round further last season. They'll be looking to do the same thing here with that ferocious drum spinner. They're taking on Adam 94, where this is their first matchup in War Machines, bringing that vertical spinner to the competition here. So both spinners are quite effective weapons, are very capable of providing some destructive power, but certainly that ground game stuff on Tuberg, as well as Adam's gyroscopic forces, are going to really come into play here. So I think this fight's going to definitely come down to who, because we're probably going to see quite a bit of weapon-on-weapon action, who can hold up to the other's attacks better, and who can win the driving war in the first 30 seconds. A lot of that is what I believe this matchup is going to really come down to. So yeah, I'm excited for this match. We got 2 hard-hitting spinners to debut the episode here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to this fight right away. Time for this match to begin. Ab 94, kind of the aggressor starting out, both bots getting their spinners up to speed. Cooper nearly an opportunity to sides. Weapon on weapon shot. Ab 94 clearly winning that exchange. Tuberg 2 Furious unfazed from it so far. A couple more shots from Am94 and that vertical disc spinner right there. Clearly winning that weapon-on-weapon shot. I see a piece off, though. Not sure whose part that belongs to, though. But right now, Tuberg is just getting pulverized by Am94 time and time again to start this fight out. More pieces flying off, and Tuberg now underneath Am94, laying some shots of their own. I actually think those pieces might be part of Am94's vertical disc spinner, showing that that spinner has been taking some damage throughout that first minute of the match. So we're about a minute into this fight. Tuberg definitely had a good finish to that first minute, but I'd say Am94 is still on top right now. Quite a few great moments from that robot to start this fight out. So some more weapon-on-weapon action right now, and Tuberg righting themselves, but taking a couple more shots from Adam's vertical spinner. Once again, more pieces flying off, lots of teeth of Am94's disc spinner coming off, and certainly going to make that spinner weaker and a bit more vulnerable to damage as the fight continues to progress. Tuberg 2 Furious starting to have an easier time getting underneath Am94 because of this damage that's being taken, including a big chunk of that vertical spinner came out. So Tuberg doing an excellent job taking advantage of the fact that Am94 is hurt right now. Now Am94 flipped over and Tuberg coming in to take advantage of that, laying some more devastating shots of that drum spinner. They might have been on the losing end of those first few exchanges, but they're definitely holding up a lot better than Am94 is. Less than a minute to go in this fight. I'd say Tuberg has bounced back and has taken the lead on the scorecard so far. Absolutely, Am94, this fight is definitely still in their reach if they can continue to get some good points on the board. So now, getting underneath Tuberg once again is Am94. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is absolutely still a fight Am94 can win. They are not out of this fight yet. So less than 30 seconds to go in this match. It's been a pretty close one between these two. A pretty back and forth brawl between two amazing spinners in this competition. Both of those robots want that semi-final spot. What a fight between these two. What an absolute brawl we got. So Am94 was definitely on the winning exchange of in the first like 30 seconds to a minute, constantly pulverizing Tuberg 2 Furious over and over again with that vertical spinner. However, though, while they were winning a lot of those exchanges, they were taking damage themselves in the process. They lost multiple teeth to that vertical spinner, leaving that vertical spinner in a weaker position and leaving the bot vulnerable to Tuberg 2 Furious's powerful drum spinner, where they effectively were able to take advantage of it and dish out some major damage to Am94. So while Am won lots of the early exchanges, Tuberg held up to the impacts better and was able to dish out more critical damage, and that led them towards the victory in this match. Great victory by Tuberg 2 Furious. Excited what this robot has in store for us when they move on to the semifinal. So for fight number 2, we have Captain Shredderator, who is going to take on Sigma Raptor. So Captain Shredderator back with a new full body spinner design. Haven't had the strongest start in War Machines. 0-2 between 2 seasons, losing in the opening round in both seasons. Both of them to Bronco, nonetheless, too. Gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, they're looking to change that for this season. Hopefully get their first win ever. And their opponent is Sigma Raptor, a grabber from RoboGames. This is their first season in War Machines. It's a very effective control bot with that lifter and those 2 grabbing arms, and quite well armored, so Captain Shredder definitely has a heavy task in front of them. Captain Shredder's strategy is almost certainly going to be keep that full body to spinner up to full speed, dish out as much damage as they can to Sigma Raptor without getting flipped over, because that's definitely their prime weakness. Sigma Raptor, on the other hand, box rush Captain Shredderator, flip them over, get the KO that way. Certainly going to be Sigma Raptor's strategy here, and so whoever can do their strategy better between the two of them and accomplish the end goal, probably going to be the one to come out on top in this match. Regardless, I'm excited for this match. I think we're going to get an epic battle between an offensive robot versus a defensive robot, and this will be fun to watch. So I think we should go ahead and get to this fight between two legendary teams and their robots. Time for this match to begin. Sigma Raptor, the aggressor, started out, but Captain Shredder avoids the box rush and gets up to full speed. They landed a hit there recently. Now Sigma Raptor charging right in there again, time and time again. A couple more nice shots being landed by Captain Shredderator. Sigma Raptor, clearly the aggressor, started out, but Captain Shredderator seems to be winning a majority of these exchanges so far between these two robots, showing they are definitely the more controlled robot to start this match out. So some good action from that full body spinner once again, continuing to knock Sigma Raptor back far enough to where Captain Shredderator can effectively get some distance to get that full body spinner back up to full speed. And now continuing to knock them off balance again, and pushing them into the rails of Sigma Raptor. Done that a couple times so far in this fight. So little bit under a minute into this fight. Right now, Captain Shredderator seems to be winning the fight right now, laying quite a few nice shots. Not a lot of real damage so far. Sigma Raptor is pretty well armored here, so I imagine it's going to be difficult for Captain Shredderator to shred some parts off of that robot, but time will tell, that's for sure. So Sigma Raptor continuing to be the more aggressive robot, encouraging engagement, while Captain Shredderator has done a great job of getting that full body spinner up to full speed. Looks like there goes a piece of damage. Looks like one of those wedges just went flying off of Sigma Raptor. That's a major piece of damage caused by Captain Shredderator and that full body spinner. This is a much improved spinner from what we've seen in seasons past. And nice that we're seeing it do some damage to start this match out. So halfway through this match, I think Captain Shredderator is easily leading the fight right now. And yeah, Sigma Raptor's definitely going to need to get something going pretty quickly. Might need to get a knockout in order to win this match. Might need to flip Captain Shredderator over and just take the KO that way. Right now, Shredderator is denying that in every single one of these encounters. A couple more nice flips, and Sigma Raptor's been smoking for a little while. I wonder if the impacts are starting to really take its toll on Sigma Raptor, as Shredderator continuing to do a great job keeping out of Sigma Raptor's grasp and being able to get enough leg room in order to get that full body spinner up to full speed. Beautiful shot right there, but Captain Shredder does need to watch out for the arena walls, which are usually its biggest enemy in most cases in these RA2 series. And yeah, we've seen them hit the walls quite a few times, but relatively have been unfazed by it. 10 seconds left to go in this fight. What a brawl between these two robots, but it's looking like we are going to have our first judge's decision of the episode. What a fight between these two robots, two great titans. So yeah, Sigma Raptor was constantly trying to box rush Captain Shredderator, potentially get a flip, as expected by a lot of us here, while Captain Shredderator was looking to find enough breathing room to get that full body spin up to full speed and land as many shots as they could and damage Sigma Raptor as much as they could. So between those two robot strategies, Captain Shredderator definitely executed that strategy to perfection, was constantly able to get the breathing room they needed to get that full body spin up to full speed and land quite a few nice shots and got quite a few flips on Sigma Raptor. Sigma Raptor's strategy did not exactly work, because while they were definitely the more aggressive robot, they were not able to get like the flips they were hoping to, and were constantly getting punted around the arena. But time should tell. Let's hear what the judges had to say. So now the judge's decision is in, and we have a unanimous decision. The winner is Captain Shredderator. So yeah, I think that's the result I was expecting, at least, because Captain Shredder executed their strategy to perfection while they were avoiding the box rush, getting that full body spinner to full speed, landing quite a few shots with that spinner, and dishing out a lot of damage without damaging themselves. Was a strategy executed to perfection and a well-deserved victory. We'll see how they do in the semifinal. We'll see how Sigma Raptor does in the Redemption Rumble. Should be exciting to see such an awesome control bot like that machine. See what they got going for themselves when they take on the Redemption. Should absolutely be a force to be reckoned with. But let's get on to the next fight, which is between the Apprentice and Wrecker, two non-BattleBots contenders in this series. On the left side, we get the Apprentice, who is back after a top 8 run last season, destroying some huge names with that powerful horizontal spinner until they ran into what would be then the champion Hypershock, who was their downfall. They'll be looking to use that destructive spinner to tear apart their opponents and hopefully go on a much further run than what they went on last season. Should be exciting to see what this robot is made of. Their opponent is Wrecker, who is a lifter bot from King of Bots. This bot is fast, it's very maneuverable, and it's got a very strong and effective lifter. So, yeah, Wrecker will be looking to box rush the Apprentice, prevent that robot from getting up to full speed, and look to prevent them from getting to those exposed wheels. So yeah, I think this should be another awesome fight. We got another battle of offense versus defense here. I think Wrecker could absolutely prevail, potentially pull off what I think would be a big upset, proving that a rookie bot could take out such a huge name like the Apprentice, who went so far last time. We'll see if the Apprentice will let that happen, because that horizontal spinner has proven to be no joke. This should be an exciting one once again. Let's go ahead and get right to this fight. Time for this match to begin. Wrecker misses on the box rush and takes a shot, and already a piece of that plow has been removed. That lifter already taking quite a bit of damage and more pieces flying off, and half of that lifter is gone on Wrecker. The Apprentice is out for blood early in this match, and certainly they are acquiring that because there are pieces everywhere already of Wrecker. That horizontal spinner proving to be an absolutely lethal weapon. And there goes the rest of that lifter. So now Wrecker has been reduced to pretty much just a box-framed robot with some of their wheels, because they've also lost quite a few tires. But now the Apprentice driving a little awkwardly right now. I think they're high-centered on something. They were, and once they shook it loose, now they're back on the attack, and a huge shot right there. And that's it for the Apprentice. They have no wheels left. They are not moving. The Apprentice, in under a minute, has absolutely decimated Wrecker. What a first match return for the Apprentice after their top 8 run last season, and caught the control board KO. Right from the start of this match, we saw Wrecker attempt a box rush, but the Apprentice was able to dodge it, get that horizontal spinner to full speed, and dang, that they do so much damage in this match. They just ripped apart Wrecker piece by piece, removed them tire by tire, and just absolutely dismantled that robot throughout this entire thing. The fact that the Apprentice was able to do all this damage in a little over a minute in this fight shows that this robot is back. This robot is looking to move further than they did last season, and they're one step closer towards accomplishing that. What a win by the Apprentice. Definitely going to be one major robot to watch for the title. Let's go ahead and move on to the next match. Where for our next match, we have two rookies in the field of War Machines. We have Battle Royale with Cheese, who is fighting Riptide. On the left side, we have Battle Royale with Cheese, who is probably one of the more joked robots here in the field of War Machines. But that's probably just because, like, that's literally a burger-themed robot. It's literally shaped like a cheeseburger. But don't underestimate this thing. It's got that cheese-like wedge and that bacon-shaped horizontal spinner, and that deadly combo is likely to cause their opponents a lot of pain. Anybody who dares underestimate this burger. However, their opponent, definitely a tricky one of their own, because it's Riptide from BattleBots, a very well-known robot. Riptide is very well known for that destructive egg beater that has a lot of reach and just as much power within it. So Riptide will be looking to use that deadly egg beater to rip apart Battle Royale with cheese, because I think we've seen in BattleBots what that thing is capable of. It destroys everything it makes contact with. So I'm sure they're looking to chow down on that burger and send it home in as many pieces as possible. So yeah, this should be a pretty interesting fight to see. We'll find out, is Riptide gonna absolutely maul this burger right here, or is Battle Royale with Cheese gonna pull off a significant upset and knock off what is such a force to be reckoned with of a rep? So regardless, I'm excited for this match, so I think we should go ahead and get to this fight. Time for this match to begin. Riptide charging in there quickly, and Battle Royale with Cheese temporarily getting underneath them. Got that spinner to full speed, but now Riptide starting to get in with that egg beater, and they have flipped Battle Royale with Cheese. Battle Royale with Cheese cannot self-right, so all Riptide needs to do is back off. But they're coming in for more, though. They sure do want to chow down on this burger. They sure ain't full yet, that's for sure. It's almost like they're taking on one of those extra large burger challenges where you have like half an hour to eat like a 5-10 pound burger or whatever that was called. But that sure seems to be what they're going for, because they are shattering this cheeseburger right now. There are already parts everywhere, and there went the bottom bun of the burger right there, the bottom layer. So now a lot of those wheels are exposed, and there goes the cheese wedge right there. Riptide just tearing apart this burger, eating it alive, piece by piece. Definitely a huge showing from the egg beater to start this one out here. Battle Royale with Cheese is still moving, however, so a countdown will not be coming. And Riptide sure seems to like it that way, because they're continuing to go in for more and more shots, trying to cause as much damage as possible. Can't tell if they're trying to go for the top bun or the bacon. I sure could go for bacon right now. That sounds really good right now. Well, a little over a minute into this fight, and Riptide is just absolutely dominating this fight over the cheeseburger. They are just continuing to tear this bot apart piece by piece. Looks like that burger wasn't too well done for them. But yeah, crazy stuff that we're seeing from Riptide. Just at sheer dominance. Showing this robot a dominant force to be reckoned with in BattleBots, showing that they are an absolute dominant force to be reckoned with in this series too. Yeah, Battle Royale with Cheese, no wheels, but they are able to use that spinner and its unbalanced stuff to be able to generate enough movement to avoid a countout. Riptide continuing underneath once again and taking Battle Royale with Cheese into the corner. There goes the spinner. So now, out of options, but a countdown is going just because they haven't had wheels for so long, and that is going to do it for this fight. Knockout for Riptide. So yeah, called the fight off early just because Battle Royale with Cheese had no movement and no methods of movement, so no point keeping the fight going any longer. But how about Riptide though, and that nasty egg beater? That egg beater was well known for just absolutely ripping apart opponents in BattleBots, and Battle Royale with Cheese was their first step in doing the same thing in this series. Riptide definitely going to be a robot to watch for, as they're going to be hopefully gunning for that title, and definitely ripping everything off of Battle Royale with Cheese is certainly the first step to that. Insane performance from that egg beater, and definitely looking forward to seeing them again in the semifinal episode, and looking forward to seeing the cheeseburger once again in the redemption round, assuming they can repair that robot up enough. So for our next match of the opening round, we have Ripper who will be taking on Valkyrie. So on the left side, we have Ripper from Robot Wars, well known for being in the Robot Wars mod, going 3-3, which isn't a bad record, to be honest. Therefore, then they look to bring that flipper to this class and seeing what that flipper bot can do against this field of robots. So yeah, they'll be looking to get underneath every one of their opponents they take on and launch them as high into the air as they possibly can, and control the fight that way to win each match. Their opponent will be Valkyrie, a undercutter from BattleBots, who has fared pretty well over the past 2 seasons with that 4-4 record. That undercutter is very well known for being a devastating and destructive weapon, but that lack of ground game will always be their big weakness. They'll be looking to avoid the box rush that Ripper is almost certainly going to have coming at them, and try to get that spin up to speed, and then just cause as much damage and havoc as they possibly can to their opponent. So yeah, this is going to come down to, can Ripper achieve the box rush, slow down that undercutter from being full speed to where they can launch them up into the air, or is Valkyrie going to make an absolute meal out of Ripper? I'm excited for this match regardless, so I think we should go ahead and get to this fight. For this match to begin, Valkyrie getting that spin up to speed, landing a couple shots, but now they're off balance, and Ripper charging right in there and lands their first flip and launches Valkyrie into the air a few times. Valkyrie's going to be relying on that, getting that horizontal spinner up to speed and damaging Ripper as much as possible, damaging that front, or maybe just avoid the front, try to go for like the sides, the underside, the backside, any exposed areas on Ripper. Ripper doing a good job keeping that front pointed towards Valkyrie, which is probably the strongest part of the robot and best armored area of the robot. And I see a piece already off, probably part of the front of Ripper right there, showing that Valkyrie is doing some damage with that undercutter, that new version of the robot compared to what we've seen in past seasons. But now Ripper continuing to get underneath Valkyrie, launching him up into the air a couple times. This is some excellent control by Ripper. Huge flip right there, that's for sure. So Ripper knows that the best strategy they can do here is just stay in Valkyrie's face, keep them into the air as much as possible. Because while Valkyrie's up into the air, they can't land shots onto Ripper that easily. But now Ripper taking a couple shots from Valkyrie. They've been periodically taking some hits from that undercutter, but so far, they for the most part are unfazed and undamaged. So, outside of like a couple parts and so on. Well, right when I said that, they lost one of those front wedgelets right there. But still, they are still having no problem getting underneath Valkyrie. It's almost helpful that Valkyrie's inverted like that. It seems to be working against Valkyrie for the most part here. So, there went a couple shots to the up in the front of Ripper. But Ripper just continuing to charge, continuing to drive strong here. With a couple more lifts. Valkyrie's still inverted. They've been that way for a while. And just getting tossed time and time again. Valkyrie right back up. And nice shot right there from Valkyrie. He just knocks Ripper back, but Ripper back in action and lands a couple more flips on Valkyrie. But Valkyrie back up themselves here. So, less than a minute to go in this fight, around the 30-second mark. Nonetheless, I have to say that Ripper is on top. But if Valkyrie can do something big in these last 30 seconds, maybe they could change that. I do see a couple blue pieces, making me think that those are pieces of Valkyrie's spinner. So Valkyrie could be taking some damage themselves. They seem to be unfazed too. There goes the flipper, or at least the front part of it. That is a major piece of damage, the biggest moment of the match in my opinion for Valkyrie. Was it enough for them to win a judge's decision? Because this fight is in the hands of the judges. So, I gotta say, for the most part, this strategy by Ripper was just executed to absolute perfection. They wish to box rush Valkyrie, stay in Valkyrie's face for as long as possible to keep them from getting the horizontal spinner up to maximum speed, and then just launch them into the air in order to keep Valkyrie from hitting Ripper, damaging Ripper for as long as possible, and maybe they could damage themselves onto the arena floor or something like that. Regardless, that was an awesome fight, an awesome showcase from that flipper that we love so much, and the flipper that was brought up from the Robot Wars class, and certainly, yeah, this ending moments here, Valkyrie did get a couple good shots, and including decapitating that flipper. Was it enough for Valkyrie to steal this decision from Ripper? We'll have to find out, and let's hear what the judges have to say. So, the judges' votes are in, and we have a unanimous decision. The winner is Ripper. So yeah, I think that was the right call in my opinion, because I felt Ripper controlled the majority of this match, and despite losing that flipper, well, around the 30-second mark left in the match, they still performed great here and was able to continue to stay aggressive and maybe get some control moments in here and there. It was a great win by Ripper, and we'll definitely looking forward to seeing what they can do next time in the semi-final episode. As for Valkyrie, we'll see them in the redemption round. Definitely not a robot that I would have expected to be being sent there, but certainly Valkyrie will be one to watch out for. Now let's get to talking about the last matchup of the opening round, where we have Uppercut versus Jiak. So on the left side, we got Uppercut. This is their third season in War Machines. They haven't really fared that well in War Machines so far. They had a first round exit in the first season, and then they won their first match, then absolutely dropped their second one. So now they're back with a new version of Uppercut with a better armored wedge and an even more powerful vertical spinner from what we've seen in seasons past. So we'll have to see how this new version of Uppercut fares when it takes on its opponents and looks to use that deadly vertical spinner that has lots of reach to cause a lot of damage. Their opponent is Jiak. This is their first season of War Machines, at least for this rep from King of Bots. This bot is well armored, it has a pretty effective drum spinner, and a pretty nifty wedge. So yeah, they'll be looking to be able to take the hits the best they can from Uppercut and be able to land quite a few devastating shots of their own. See, we got a wedge game from both bots, so certainly both these bots are going to be trying to out-wedge the other. So yeah, this should be a fun fight. We got a great robot from BattleBots taking on a great robot from King of Bots. So this is certainly going to be a fun one, and I'm really excited for it. So let's go ahead and get to the last matchup of the opening round. Time for this match to begin. Both bots meeting in the middle, both trying to outmaneuver the other. I think they're both trying to go for their exposed sides, but Jiak getting underneath Uppercut and pinning that robot against the rails. Saw a little grinding action with that drum spinner. They knocked Uppercut off balance and now pinning them against the rails temporarily. But now Uppercut falling forward and landed a weapon-on-weapon shot. And now Jiak underneath pinning Uppercut for the second time this match. Jiak seems to be the lower to the ground robot between the two of them. Uppercut getting out wedge started. But what's that? There's a big chunk of the drum spinner that just came out of Jiak. Jiak has lost all of that weapon now. So now they are without a weapon. They are going to have to rely on that wedge to be able to control the bout of this match. Crazy that drum spinner caved in so easily. And now Uppercut, they need to take advantage of this though, because they are definitely behind on points in the scorecard despite that damage right there. So now Uppercut falling forward and landing a small shot, but now Uppercut up once again. And so far, a huge hit right there. And Jiak is on control board damage. I think they were really hurt by that hit. But what about Uppercut now? Uppercut seems to be stuck on that spinner. Jiak so close down on control board, and this was a huge break for them. Because Uppercut stuck on their face without any way to get up, and Jiak is heading back. They are just going to take the knockout. Definitely a very intense fight from the get-go here. Jiak was out-wedging Uppercut from the start of this match for the most part, but going weapon on weapon, like what we were seeing here, just really did not favor Jiak. They lost the drum spinner very early on in the match and relied on that wedge to control the bout of the remainder of the match right there. And sadly, Uppercut, while they managed to get some good shots in and was able to do some damage with that vertical spinner, it wasn't enough right there. Because this happened right here. Left Uppercut on their face and counted out and we'll see them in the redemption round. So now that's going to do it for the opening round. We now have our first Redemption Rumble, which features 3 very different robots. We have Adam 94, Valkyrie, and Wrecker. So we got Adam 94, who was on the losing end of several weapon-on-weapon shots in their battle with fellow drum spinner 2 Furious. Then we got Valkyrie in the middle, a robot that I was not expecting to be at this point, who lost a judge's decision to Ripper in a hard-fought fight. And then we got Wrecker on the right side, who got absolutely dismantled by the Apprentice in their opening round match. So, one of these robots is going to advance to the semifinal, while the other 2 are going to fall. So, heavy strategy is going to be necessary for this one, because there are 3 different robots, 3 different types of robots, nonetheless, in this one. So yeah. Each one of these robots are going to have to prepare for not just one type of robot, but 2 of them. So this is going to be a difficult fight for them all. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to see what all 3 of these robots have in store for the other. I could absolutely see this going in any direction, that's for sure, depending on how these 3 robots all drive it out. So yeah, all 3 of these robots have something to show here in this Rumble, and let's go ahead and get right to it, I think. I don't think I need to really ramble on anymore about this one. Time for this match to begin. Wrecker charging Adam 94 and gets tossed instead. Valkyrie getting in on the fun, laying some shots of their own, as is Wrecker getting a nice lift on Adam 94. And now Wrecker clearly going for Adam 94 here, while Valkyrie looking to join in on the fun, laying some good shots of their own onto both robots. See, Wrecker is already smoking. Not a good start to this match for a robot that's looking to control the full 3 minutes of this match while taking minimum damage possible. Charging in there, got a good lift, knocking Valkyrie off balance. That's certainly a great way to effectively use that lifter and that weapon of that robot here. So, Valkyrie inverted, but charging in, landing quite a few nice shots, looking to eat alive both of these robots. Part went flying right there. I think it was part of Adam 94 after that weapon-on-weapon shot between them and Valkyrie. So we are seeing some more damage being taken. Adam 94 is starting to take some hits of their own in this one. I see some weapon teeth flying off too. Probably also courtesy of those weapon-on-weapon shots. And Wrecker lost a wheel. They lost that back right wheel after that shot. Valkyrie dishing out quite a lot of damage, which is why I think they're probably the one on top in this one. And now Wrecker's lifter is in half once again. They had to do a lot of repair work after that beating they took from the Apprentice, and it certainly looks like some of those repairs are starting to come undone, and there goes a big chunk of that vert. Time for this match to resume after the KO of Adam 94. Wrecker charging in there, taking on another horizontal spinner like how they did in that match with the Apprentice right there. And so far they're taking the shots okay, at least, but they gotta do a lot more than that. Do a lot more on the offensive side rather than just taking hits defensively. They've already lost a chunk of that lifter right there, and more pieces flying off of Wrecker. Valkyrie really starting to dish out some damage, showing that is a really effective horizontal spinner. They did pretty well in that match with Ripper, and they're looking to demonstrate it further here in this redemption battle with Wrecker, as they did in the match with as they did when they KO'd Ab 94. There goes another chunk of that lifter. There goes a big rail on the lifter too. Wrecker now just has like an arm from that lifter left right now. Outside of that, it's pretty much what it was like 30 seconds into the match with the Apprentice. Just a box with 4 wheels right now. Definitely not going the direction they wanted, but they gotta figure out how to do something. If they don't pull off this victory, they're done for. And right now, they are way behind on points. Valkyrie is easily on top in this fight so far. We're approaching the halfway mark of this match after the KO of M94, and definitely Wrecker has a lot of work left to do within itself. Valkyrie just continuing to be even the aggressor as Wrecker walking away. I think they're having some drive issues after all those hits they took. They are on control board damage. Is Valkyrie going to finish the job and claim the spot? They will. So yeah, definitely, certainly a fun fight to see right at the beginning. We had 3 robots with very different styled spinners or weapons make the arena for this match, and 3 different robots with 3 different strategies. And definitely Valkyrie, I think while they were under fire from both robots during parts of the match, was definitely the one dictating the pace of this match. Dished out quite a lot of damage, KO'd AB94, resulting in a restart of the fight, at least with just these 2 robots after the crash of the game. Then they were equally dominant in this one, as they were, well, more dominant in this one than they were in the first bit of this match with all 3 robots. Valkyrie definitely wanted that spot in the semifinal to show that Lost Ripper was a fluke, and they definitely proved that here. What a dominant showing from Valkyrie. I'm excited to see how they do in their next fight. So now we got one last spot left to determine for the semifinal after the exits of AB94 and Wrecker. And this last spot is going to go to either Battle Royale with Cheese, Sigma Raptor, or Uppercut. So another battle between 3 very different styled robots. So to start off on the left side, we got Battle Royale with Cheese, who was eaten alive by Riptide in that opening round match. Then we got Sigma Raptor in the middle, who struggled to get a good hold of Captain Shredderator and struggled to get control of that full body spinner, resulting in them losing a judge's decision. Then finally got Uppercut, who did pretty well in that fight with Xiak, but then ended up getting knocked onto its own head, resulting in it getting stuck and losing the match by knockout. So yeah, all 3 of these robots definitely have something to show. They need to demonstrate that they actually do have what it takes to be able to compete with all the others in the semifinal. And I think this match is we're certainly gonna have another stick out or 2 or whatever. Regardless though, I'm excited for this one. This is another battle like the last one, where we have 3 different robots going into the arena at once, all with different strategies. It'll be interesting to see how all 3 of these robots utilize that to knock off both of their opponents. So once again, 3 robots go in, only one of them can come out with that last semifinals. I'm excited for this, so I think we should go ahead and get to this battle. Time for the 8th and final match of the night to begin. Uppercut charging in at Battle Royale with Cheese, probably looking to upend Battle Royale with Cheese early in this match, but Battle Royale Cheese gets away and starts getting that spinner to full speed. Sigma Raptor charging in there, trying to get in on the fun, because they definitely need to show that if they want that spot. And Sigma Raptor already losing one of those wedges, and I see it looks like a piece of Battle Royale with Cheese's wedge was also lost in those last couple exchanges. Already got some damage being dished out. Not to mention, Sigma Raptor seems to be smoking, and a huge shot that sends Battle Royale with Cheese flying, but they are upright, and that spinner is at full speed right now. I see some weapon pieces as well from Battle Royale with Cheese, showing that that robot is indeed taking quite a bit of damage. Nice shot by Battle Royale with Cheese, knocking Uppercut off balance. Sigma Raptor trying to get in on the fun here, charging in, box rushing Battle Royale with Cheese. Maybe they're also trying to upend Battle Royale with Cheese. Leave it to Sigma Raptor and Uppercut to determine that spot right there or something. Definitely more pieces flying off. There goes the grabber arms, courtesy of Battle Royale with Cheese, I think. Wow, I think this fight is showing that maybe we underestimated the power of that piece of bacon on that cheeseburger right there. That thing is doing a lot of damage. Time for this fight to resume after the KO of Sigma Raptor. So now it's between Battle Royale with Cheese and Uppercut, 2 big spinners. And arguably, I'd probably say right now, Battle Royale with Cheese is winning on points. They were able to do a lot of damage, and arguably was the one that took out Sigma Raptor in that last match. Definitely showing that while this robot is big and burger shaped, don't underestimate that horizontal spinner. And Uppercut just lost part of a wheel right there. And a nice shot by Battle Royale with Cheese. However, they are losing bits of that spinner right there. That piece of bacon must be as delicate as actual bacon or something. Nice shot, but Uppercut's stuck on their face. But Battle Royale with Cheese helps them out. Looks like they want to keep the fight going. They want to show what that burger can do. They're doing a good job knocking Uppercut off balance, showing this robot absolutely is pulling off something special here. So, charging right in there. However, that spinner has taken a lot of damage throughout the first minute of this match. Might be concerning how that ends up going for the long run. I wonder if Battle Royale with Cheese might have been better off just hang back at that time, letting Uppercut get counted out, because that spinner, there's not much left of it, because that vertical bar spinner on Uppercut has just tore right through it, and just tore off piece after piece of it. Now they're looking to dig into the bun. They now have Battle Royale with Cheese upended. Can they flip him over? That's obviously Battle Royale with Cheese's big weakness in a fight like this, just being tipped over like that. But it looks like Uppercut, I don't know if they have the power that Riptide had to be able to flip Battle Royale with Cheese over. That's certainly a bit of a concern. Now Uppercut charging in there. It's like they're just going to try to stack up as much damage as they can. However, it's not looking like Battle Royale with Cheese is moving. There goes a nice shot right there that sends them flying, whether it was a Havoc or not. Nice shot there from Uppercut. And now Battle Royale with Cheese has been upended. Uppercut just needs to hang back, and this fight is theirs. That knockout is completed, and that last semifinal spot belongs to them. Battle Royale with Cheese just needs to flip back over. I would arguably say they might still be ahead on points right now. It's certainly close at the moment, and as both robots have had a lot of good moments throughout this entirety of this match. What a fight this has been! What an absolute fight to the finish. Uppercut just continuing to go in for more, ripping off more pieces of the bun. Uppercut continued to make an absolute meal out of Battle Royale with Cheese, and right now Battle Royale with Cheese is being counted out at the moment. Now Uppercut going in for a nice shot. Looks like they're stuck on the face again, but it does not gonna matter because Battle Royale with Cheese has been counted out, and Uppercut wins that last spot in next week's semifinal. So this fight was an absolute brawl for sure, between Uppercut for sure, and not the robot I was expecting. Battle Royale with Cheese certainly did a big number in this match, and showed that maybe this robot has been underestimated, and this robot is capable of doing a lot more than what we were all expecting. Because I would say while these three were in action, I'd say Battle Royale with Cheese probably got the most points so far. Dished out a lot of damage, was the one that took out Sigma Raptor, and that was giving Uppercut a fair number of licks, at least at the beginning of their one-on-one match after the count-out of Sigma Raptor. But then it eventually went in Uppercut's favor. We saw a lot of weapon-on-weapon action, and it sure seemed like while Uppercut was getting pushed back for a lot of those exchanges, it turns out Battle Royale with Cheese was also taking a lot of vicious damage. We saw that hit right there, where maybe Battle Royale with Cheese was better off just hanging back, because eventually Uppercut took apart that spinner piece by piece, ripped apart that sheet of bacon right there, chowed down on it before it finished completely chowing down on the burger. Battle Royale Cheese certainly got eaten alive in this match by Uppercut, and yeah, great match between these three robots. Uppercut wins, and we'll be moving on to next week's semifinal. So yeah, that's going to do it. Great performance by Battle Royale with Cheese and Sigma Raptor for sure, but their time on the show, like Av94 and Wreckers, have come to an end, as Uppercut and Valkyrie have won their Redemption Rumbles and will be advancing to the semifinal to join the winners in the 6 opening round matchups. So yeah, we got a lot of great action on this, but before we close out this episode, let's go ahead and reveal what next week's first round semifinal matchups are. We got quite a few big names, so this should be pretty exciting. And here is the bracket. So on the left side, we have The Apprentice, who is unsurprisingly is one of the top dogs in this bunch after that mauling Wrecker from their opening round match. Their opponent will be Uppercut, who definitely showed in their redemption round match that that big bar spinner is definitely capable of doing lots of damage to their opponents. So that should be an exciting battle between a big horizontal spinner versus a big vertical spinner. Parts are sure to be flying in that one. Then speaking of parts flying, parts are definitely going to be flying in that matchup right down below, where we have Tuber, Too Furious who will be taking on Chiak. Both bots have shown today that they are capable of taking hits and doing quite a bit of damage with their fellow drum spinners. So that should be another fun and destructive fight to see. Then on the right side, at the top right, we got Riptide, who's the favorite to win this side of the bracket, and definitely proved that in that matchup of Battle Royale with Cheese in this episode. So their opponent will be fellow BattleBots contender Valkyrie, who had to go through the redemption round, but did very well in that fight, and showed that they'll definitely be giving Riptide a heck of a challenge when it comes to winning those 3 fights. Then down below, we have Ripper and Captain Shredderator, 2 robots who also had very good showings. That should be another fun fight between a flipper bot versus a full body spinner, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. So yeah, that's probably going to do it for this one. If you have any predictions, feel free to leave them in the comments section or the live chat, whichever. So once again, I thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Next time, we'll feature the semifinal for this group, where the robots who win 3 matches will claim a spot in the grand final, while the robot who's awarded 2nd and 3rd place will for sure have a spot in the last chance, while the 4th place robot may get one as well, but is at risk for elimination, depending on their current resume at the time. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you all next time. Bye all!